I was praying for my life. This music. Rika jumped onto Rena from behind. I didn't know what kind of weapon Rika used, but Rena started moaning. It clearly hurt. That brought me back to reality. I couldn't just watch them. I had to get the lighter from Rena. Rena knew I was after the lighter. She closed her fingers around it tightly. Rika was grabbing onto the arm that Rena was holding the hatchet in. I wanted to tell her to run, but thanks to Rika-chan, I was able to use both my hands to get at the lighter. The lighter flew out of Rena's hands. It hit the hallway and dropped onto the floor. I picked it up. At the same moment, Rena managed to shake off Rika-chan. Satoko had figured out where Rena hid the time bomb. I wanted to catch Rena, but I didn't have time for that. I had to do something about the time bomb instead. How did you get out? Girl, I thought your hands were tied behind your back. I don't understand how they remember the past. Like, I'm still confused on the rule, or on that rule. Rika-chan was prepared for that too. Therefore, telling Rika-chan to run was like telling her she wasn't my friend. And so I will depend on my friend Rika-chan. Leaving it to Rika-chan, I dashed to the classroom. As soon as I heard Rika heard Keiichi's footsteps reach the classroom door, she sighed in relief. As she did, Rena's black shadow came even closer. Okay. So I can kind of understand some stuff. Rika grabbed a mock from the stove. She picked it up and held it like a spear. Rika-chan's stance told that Rena was ready to fight. Rika didn't look like a little girl anymore. She looked so brave that even Rena was startled by it. No, because she's been through this a bunch of times. But why? That's not the... Charge Rika with a scream. The beast charging towards its prey. Damn, cutscene! Rika took a step backward, lowered her body, preparing to counterattack. She did all of that with no hesitation. Why are you bragging, Satoko? Just tell it. Yeah, exactly. Come on, it's quite obvious when you do. There are no people in the forestry office, so they weren't doing any work today. The smell has been coming in, and in other words, there was the smell of Rena's gasoline. Rena had hid the gasoline in the classroom. She hid it in a plastic container. You can't smell gasoline that's in a plastic container. I can't believe that this is the second episode. Like, I'm gonna split this in two, and I'm almost at an hour again. Please, dear Lord, game. So in other words, she had more gasoline ready than just in the container. She used to spread it around the classroom. Where's the smell coming from? Was it coming from outside? Vaporized gasoline is heavier than air. It stinks. There was another hint other than that. It was coming from the second floor forestry building. Second floor forestry building. It would have been in the same place it always was, but it was gone. So that must have meant that Rena used it for something. The gasoline was coming from above. A ball was missing, so maybe it was stuffed somewhere.
レナさんは雨どいの出口をボールで詰めてどこから2階の屋根の上からですのよ。
Dude, Satoko's like the smartest person. I mean, I knew it was probably coming from the second floor anyway. Because the forestry building was empty today. It just made sense. It just makes sense that it would be there. Drain canal in the windows. Canal exploded. The house would explode too.
じゃあつまり次元発火装置を
2階の窓から延長コードか何かで引っ張って屋根の上ですわ。
そういやリカちゃんはどうやって縄跳びをと
あるございましたわね。私は溶けるほど痩せてなくて。
みんなを頼む。俺は屋上へ行く。
As I jumped out of the classroom, Satoko stopped me.
ケイチさん、
なんだよまだ何かあるのか。
Something silver sailed through the air. I caught it. It was a metal bat. It feels like it's been more than 5 minutes, girl. We need to hurry this
後
up.
でちゃんと返してもらうでございます。
ああすまん佐藤。
Metal bat fell right into my palm. I didn't even feel its weight. It really eased my mind. The name Satoshi was written on the handle. This was the metal bat that belonged to Satoko's brother, Satoshi. He was the victim of last year's tragedy. You and I were the same. I won't let another tragedy take place. I'll treat this as a gift from you, who is waiting in the wings. Let's rip apart the demonic tragedy together. Let's go, Satoshi.
くそ、身体年齢があと5つもあれ。さ
やべえ今は屋根の上だ。
あ、よく気づいたね。でもさせるもんか。
His face looked unbelievably scary. She was ready to rip me apart if she caught me. In that case, just try me. I jumped up the stairs, skipping every other step. I turned on the bug in my pocket. I didn't have time to put in the earphones. As Rena flew up the stairs, her foot got caught on a jump rope. She tripped and 3 buckets fell on her head. The result of Satoko's trap. Lean against the wall. Oh, that's so sick. She's leaning against a wall. Oh, that's great. Waved her index finger in a mocking gesture.
なかなかの線を言ってましたけど、まだまだこの私とトラップ勝負をするのは3億5000光年くらい早くてでございましたよ。
Satoko's always been cool. She's kind of been a wild card character, but man, do I like Satoko.
光年は距離だよ。
4th bucket hit Satoko on the head. I continued on the rooftop. Rena ignored Satoko and ran after me.
大石さんかやったぞ。ライターは奪った。次元発火装置も分かってる。屋根の上今抑えに行ってる。
大石さんまさかあれじゃ。
Uishi grabbed the pair of binoculars from Kumagai and looked at the rain gutter on the rooftop. There was something like an alarm clock sitting there. The cord from the alarm clock was extending into the 2nd floor window. It was so obvious, but they didn't notice it until just then. Satoko was working hard to remove her classmates' restraints, but she couldn't do anything about the bike lock on Mion's neck.
みんな、私はいいから早く。こういう瞬間でも我が部の部長らしくあるべきではございます。部長はただ一言、こいつを外せと命令遊ばされれば結構ですのよ。
The bent hairpin. Satoko opened the window and climbed onto the windowsill and faced the bike lock that was restraining Mion.
みんなは全部のカーテンは。ヒンチ、前原さんはケイちゃんは警察。みんなはとにかく。もう外したの？北条聡子にとって U 字ロックの U は、うわ、こんなの楽勝の U でございましたよ。
Binoculars trained on the classroom. All the curtains were open as well as all the windows. The children in turn were running out into the schoolyard. Uishi pulled Satoko inside and grabbed his radio and yelled into it.
人質を全員確保しろ。犯人は人質1名を追って2階へ上がったもよ。こら、何の真似だね。
Satoko tried to grab the radio from Uishi, but Kumagai stepped in. There was a toll noise. I fucking love Kumagai, dude. Awesome.
膝が教室内にはまだガス弾や閃光弾の類の使用は禁ずる。繰り返す。大爆発するぞ。 扉を打ち破れない。
教室真正面です。ガソリン集合。火災に着火の恐れあり、指示を待ちます。
くそ、ブレーカーを落とせば上がりだと思ったな。電源しろ。
突入班了解。
大高、電源室確保失敗時はどうするつもりだったんです。
それに失敗しないため、
これだから坊ちゃん育ちは、あとは時計のコンセントを抑えるしかないか。
狙撃範囲で HQ へ。1階屋根部分に男子人質1名を発見しました。
おいさん、前原君です。
スピーカーを貸せ。前原さん、時計の電源は2階の奥の部屋。
I shook my head repeatedly. I couldn't do that. Brenda was coming after me, so I couldn't head that way. What else could I do? The only way was to go up to the roof of the second floor and get the clock from there.
前原、そのまま2階の誘導します。
Uishi-san was telling me to go further up. Totoko only told me that it was on the rooftop of the second floor, and she didn't tell me where exactly. She only said that it was in the drain canal. But maybe Oishi found it with his binoculars. I put my foot on the railing of the veranda and went onto the rooftop. I never felt so light. I felt like I could lift myself with 2 or 3 fingers. 30 seconds would be plenty of time. I could get there in half that. Over there, was that it? It was!
実は狙撃、そういうのは軍隊で使ってくださいよ。前原さん、追ってきてます。
Fucking Oishi.
追い詰められる。
How many more seconds did I have? Who cares? I slid down the roof and grabbed the kitchen timer that was sitting on there, which was filled with gasoline. There was a cord with a copper wire attached to it. This was supposed to create sparks and start an explosion. The hands on the clock kept moving, with the second hand trying to reach the minute hand. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Whoa! I threw it to the ground. A moment later, I heard the noise of something breaking. Did I do it? Jesus fuck. Why is there an explosion for his yes?
やった。
圭一さんはちょっと余裕がないのはエレガントではありませんでしたよ。
Not only policemen, but the children who were on their way to the ambulance raised their voices in cheer.
おいさん、現場は依然危険度最大につき、突入班全員の
次元発火装置は
発火装置がなくても、これ以上は突入班全員の生命に危険があります。
屋上の前原2階屋根なら。
おいさん、図面ではそこへ飛び降りるように誘導しましょう。
おいしより作戦中止。聞こえますか。それからもうそこは危険。いつ爆発するかわからん。校舎の下に花壇が。
花壇だって。畜生、ここからじゃよくわかんねえってのによ。
But it didn't sound like I had enough time to looking for it. I noticed the white hand then followed by Rena's head. Rena slowly crawled up to the roof. I waited for her there.
まさかこれで全て失敗か。
Rena scratched at her own throat. Band-aids peeled off and her throat started to
ゲ
bleed.
ームセットだな、レナ。
We were confronting each other, but a real battle. It wasn't a club activity. But maybe because she had already given up, she started smiling wickedly. I heard the chorus of the Higurashi in the background, as if to cool us down from the heat of battle. I didn't think we needed their service yet, though.
そうだね。でもこれはゲームだからここはゴールじゃなくて。
ち、負けを認めない。レナはつくづく強い。絶対へこたれない。最後まで戦う。そして最後まで信じるんだ。
I do like how this started out with a battle and it's ending with a battle.
こんな
God
時に
damn,
褒め
I've
ら
been
れて
playing
も
this for too long.
圭一君は私が最後の命をかけて人類を宇宙人。これで人類が滅んじゃったら圭一君のせいで滅んだって歴史に残っちゃ
I
うんだ
didn't mean to
よ。
laugh, but I couldn't help it. My name being written down in the history books of the aliens as the one who destroyed the human species. Somehow that sounded kind of cool.
レナ、お前が何と言おうと、すでに俺が勝ってるのに、レナが負け。
そうだね。
でも、ゲームってのは敗者が決まって終わるもんなんだ。ってことは、 俺が勝つだけじゃ。
へえ、それはどういう意味なのかな。
Tap my shoulder with the giant metal bat, gesturing Rena to come to me.
レナにきっちり負けたってことを叩き込んでやろうってことだよ。
According to her rules, or the rules of our club, we don't run from our
ここで
enemies.
しレナがもう
ふん、
言ってやるぜ。寄生虫に宇宙バカじゃねえの。そんなの今時誰が信じるん。鼻で笑っちまうで。
最初から信じてなかったくせに。許せない、許せない、許せない。
レナが信じてるのは勝手だ。だが俺はそんなうさん同じ信じるなら徳川の埋蔵金の方が楽しそうだぜ。それでも信じさせたいってんなら俺たち部活メンバーには簡単な信じさせ方があるじゃねえかよ。
勝った方が正義ってことだね。
そういうことさ。
Rena and I grinned at each other as we went around in circles on the rooftop. We both checked the distance
レ
between
ナが
us.
俺をぶちのめせた。朝晩 UFO を呼ぶ怪しげな踊りをして。だがなレナ、俺にグーのね。
それを取り決める必要はないかな。ケイイチ君なんかに私が負けるはずないもん。
Jenna came out with a heavy strike. I caught it easily with the metal bat. It looked like there was sparks. This is finally getting interesting.
まあそう言うなよ。俺も部活で何度も激戦をくぐって自分ってやつをな。どういう時に自分が最高のパワーを出せるか。
へ、それは何かな。かな。
Rena, your hatchet can be a powerful weapon, but my metal bat is as powerful as your hatchet. Sure, it doesn't have a blade, but it reaches farther and it's easy to handle. I won't be going for a defensive battle. I'm going to fight you face to face and I'm going to defeat you. I'm sure I'm stronger than you physically, but you're better at drawing out your true potential, Rena. In other words, we're equally matched. Am I gonna have to end this second one too and have both be over an hour? I'm gonna... Oh my god. I won't need to hold back at all.
私を叩きのめしたらどうするって。ほらほらほらほら。押されてるんじゃないかな。
遊んでやってるだけ。まあ見てろ。レナをコテンパンにし、これだけ互いにコインやチップをかけまくってるんだ。相当の支払いを。
I don't even know what she said, Keiichi. Prepare.
得ることの叶わないケイイチ君の虚勢が痛々しいよ。
チッチ分かってないな。俺はご褒美のデカさに比例してパワーアップする男だね。そうだな。もちろん俺専属のメイドさんだよな。朝はおはようございますから夜はおやすみなさいまでたっぷりこう。メイド衣装は監督に全面協力を受けて日替わりチェンジのお楽しみ。夜はおやすみなさいまで。いや今夜は寝かさないぜ。なんてどうだ。
Those are cool slashes, not gonna lie.
ケイイチ君らしいな。そんなのはごめんだね。むしろ私が勝って逆の立場にしてあげるよ。
Means you're gonna keep me alive. Doesn't make much sense there. We both laughed like crazy people as we struck each other. It's crazy how much fun it was becoming. Rena and I were trying to kill each other, and yet it was a blast. Sparks were flying. We could get seriously injured. We fell off the rooftop, we'd break our bones, yet this was so much fun. I had been mourning and cycling all day while Rena terrified me. How did all that turn into this?
ってことは結局互いの火花を浴び合いながらヘラヘラしてるのが互いに性に合ってるってわけだ。
おあいにくだね。レナはエレガントで上品なのが大好きなの。そういうヘラヘラしたのは ケイイチくんが一人でお楽しみ遊ばせ。
Rena's next strike came at an angle, but I managed to deflect
おっ
it.
た甘い甘い全然ダメだぜ。やっぱりお前
ようやく体が温まってきたところだよ。こんなのウォーミングアップでしょ。
はあバカなりゃしねえよ。こんなのお散歩程度だな。お前汗だくだぜ。
Am I gonna have to split this into 3 episodes? I am, aren't I?
お前は汗
There's
の
gonna
代
be
わり
one
に
huge video file. I should have just ended it a while ago.
前原さん飛び降りて。ダメっすね。血が上っちゃってるようで声が聞こえてないみたい。おいさん。何をこう彼を救出する方法を考えないと。
Higurashi couldn't figure out why he was distracted considering the seriousness of the situation. He was engrossed in watching the two of them fight with the sunset behind them. But Oishi wasn't the only one. Everyone watching was captivated by the battle on the rooftop. The police are just like, let them fight it out.
前原さん、しっかり。危ない。回り込まないと落ちる。
The students who were about to climb onto the ambulance were cheering him on. Mion was being loaded onto a stretcher with bandages around her head, but even she sat up, captivated by Rena and Keiichi's duel. Our once happy days were supposed to have shattered due to a series of misunderstandings. They were supposed to be irretrievable. But, why? Why did I feel this way? This is such a close game, but it wouldn't be fun to stay in stalemate forever. Rena and I kicked at each other with perfect timing and increased the distance between us.
楽しくなってきたぜ。どうだレナ。最高に楽しくねえか。
レナは最初から楽しいよ。でもケイイチくんの頭を叩き割ったらもっと楽しいかな。
ひょー危ねえ。おらおらこっちへ戻って足場を十分に使おうじゃねえか。こんな最高のまんべんなく楽しもうぜ。
絵になるよ、絵になるね。私たちほらいつの間にか月を背負う。風が気持ちいいや。
Two people fighting on the rooftop of the school building with the moon behind them. It was almost unbelievable. While the policemen and the children looked at the mysterious and fantastical scene from a distance, completely entranced. Everyone was thinking the same thing, but nobody said anything. Why does it look like they're having fun? Man, I'm lucky I record this at night, because if I had something to do, oh my god.
綿流しの祭りの時を思い出すんだよな。どうも俺は静かに夕涼みってのがダメでさ。月が出るとはしゃがずにはいられなくなっちまうんだよ。
The club members went crazy on the night with Tanagashi. The mayor of us scolded us by the end of it, but we laughed at each other and promised to do the same thing again next year.
月に酔うか。なんだかかっこいいじゃない。私たちはもう。
ああ同感だな。仲間と命のやり取りをしてて、こいつがそうさ。ルナティックってやつだ。
Some people say that the moon has the power to arouse passions in people. Maybe that's true, and maybe it's not. One thing is for sure that even if it were a new moon tonight, we would still feel the same way. As our surroundings got darker, the sparks we'd create with each hit started to look like fireflies. Hey now, isn't there gasoline in the drain pipe nearby? Who cares? If an explosion happens, it happens.
ほら、何をやってんだ
今こそ汗でスカートがまとわりついて気持ち悪いだろ。脱いでもいいんだぜ。俺は手を出さないで見物するけどな。
Fucking Keiichi.
それで足に見とれてる隙にガツンとお見舞いするよ。
楽しいなレナ。
悪くないね。
Blue, we danced. We struck, we laughed. I get it, you all are fighting. Who wins? Does it tie again? Like the beginning? We stepped back to catch breath. We aimed at each other as we swooped up on our special stage. Ben and I were all sweaty, but we weren't exhausted yet. Beads of sweat rolling down my body just tickled me. We exchanged furious blows one after another. Neither of us was at a disadvantage or an advantage or disadvantage. Neither of us were exalted in victory or raged in defeat. The battle with Rena in itself was fun. It was like a dance. A dance I couldn't dance by myself. It was a dance I could only dance with someone whom I was equally matched.
あの時さ、クラス全体の思わなかったか。
実は私も思ってた。
もう一回こんな戦いをしてみたいって。
As we thought that way on the rooftop, our classmates down below must have thought the same. Our fight was so pure and passionate that everyone thought the same thing. We wanted to join them.
あの時も同じだった。水鉄砲だったけど、やることは同じだ。
あの時より面白いぜ。今度は水の残量なんか気にしなくていいんだからよ。
水鉄砲じゃ火花も出ないしね。
I don't click it fast, but I want to see it.
この感覚もないもんな。
We both were breathing hard, waiting for the right timing to take a step forward. In the midst of that, we grinned at each other.
あの時も多分言ったセリフ。
じゃあレナもあの時と同じセリフで返そうかな。
やり合うのが決着がつくことすら興ざめするくらいに
な。負けても恨ま。
ああ、恨まない。この勝負を終わらせた自分の不甲斐。だがそいつを恨むのはどうやらレナの方に。
どうかな、ケイチ君、足が藁だよ。
くそったれ
Jesus Christ. It's trying so hard to be an anime. it's trying so hard. Everyone was captivated by our fight. We were swept up in our fight. We both had our weapons. The weapons deadly enough to seriously hurt one another. Yeah, where are the police? You can't just be captivated by the people. Why isn't someone up there by now? If this was anywhere else, the police would be on that roof already. What is going on? Oishi, what is going on? Just ridiculous. All the people below were just watching not even the police could stop them. Why? And absolutely impossible.
ケイチさん、なるべく屋根の中央わずかの高みを生かすんですわ。
To height to your advantage, Satoko and some of her classmates cheered Keiichi on, but there were some who were cheering for Rena too. Who am I in the perspective of then? To them, this was no longer a fight to the death. It was just the second round of their water gun battle. And where were the police? Game is a game. This was just the second round, so nobody would die. Even though they had real weapons, nobody thought that they would get hurt. Rika wasn't cheering, she was just looking up at the rooftop.
こんなの見たこと。
She thought Keiichi could win. Who am I in the perspective of? Not just Rena. Is this just an omniscient... Is it just an omniscient voice? Rika and Keiichi, they're doing tragedies.
人質に危害を加えようとしているのだぞ。直ちに射殺したまえ。
Tucker yelled into the radio. Mion screamed for him to stop.
レナを撃たないで。レナはもう違う。さっきまでのおかしいレナじゃない。あのレナは違う。だから撃たないで。
違うとは見た目現に凶器を振りかざ明らかな殺射殺しないと人質が危ないのだよ。
レナを撃っちゃいけない。もしもレナを撃ったらケイちゃんはあんたを殺す断言できる。あの二人ただ撃ち合って火花を見てわかるでしょ。そしてケイちゃんは語りかけ、自分がレナと対等というのは一番信頼で、ケイちゃん、いやもうレナの悪い夢はもう終わりつつあるんだ。ケイチ君は君だけは殺したくない。
Don't shoot with a sniper. Get up there and secure her.
君がいない世界はさぞや退屈だろうと思うよ。
なんだか照れるおことだ。んでどうするんだ。宇宙人の侵略があって大変じゃねえのかよ。
宇宙人、世界が滅ぶならいつでも好きな時に滅べばいいし、御三家の
ああそうさ。たとえ
今この瞬間より楽しいことなんて他にあるもんか。
ちそれにお前毒を盛られてて今夜で死んじまうん。余命の短いやつがピンピンしやがって。
そうだったね、すっかり忘れて。
なんだよ、自分で作った設定だろ。ほれたまには首をボリボリかきやがれ。分かってるよ。もう痒くなんかね。そりゃそうさ、首を引っかくより。
私たちはもっと楽しいことをしているんだもの。
Wished it would never end, but my body was screaming. I was breathing hard and dizzy from a lack of oxygen. My upper body... What? My upper body was light as a piece of paper, even a slight breeze could take me away. It had really been a blast, but I needed it to end soon. I felt the same sadness as in that water gun fight. Back then, it had been declared a draw.
どうなるだろうね。
さてな、一つ言えることが、最高に楽しかったぜ。
I jumped backwards and slammed the roof with my bat. The sound was as intense as a huge drum. The noise woke up the people who were captivated by our fight. The silence returned and the chorus of the Higurashi filled the
じ
air.
ゃあ
さあ次の一撃で今度こそ決着をつけよう。
We started to move slowly and increase the distance between us. Everyone realized it. This fight was ending very soon.
じゃあもう一回確認するぜ。おいおい、この戦いはお前そのために戦ってたんじゃなかったのかい。
そうだったっけ。
仕方ねえ。確認するぜ。まずは俺が勝った。俺の専属メイドになって人前ではこれが私のご主人様。
可愛い服じゃないと嫌だよ。
そこは任せろ。監督の完全監修のもと、古式ゆかしいオールドスタイルからもちろん
A little
特
dangerous.
注でレナにすごいだろ。
すごい負ける気はさらさらないけど、なんだか楽しそう。
次はレナが勝った場合だ。レナが勝ったなら俺はレナの話を信じる。
Rena was happy until just a moment ago, but that expression was suddenly wiped from her
宇宙
face.
人が地球侵略に来て、そしてそれを園崎家が暗躍してて秘密研究。あとお前は毒で今夜最後はちゃんと見とってやるから安心しろ。
なんだかケイチ君が勝った方のご褒美の方が楽しそうだよ。
仕方ねえだろ。お前そういう話だからわざわざ学校の。
そうだったんだっけね。ごめん、忘れそうになってたよ。
Emma smiled sadly for a moment, but soon that expression was wiped off her
俺は
face.
何しろ意地でも勝ちに行くぜ。
ブーブ、レナが勝っても面白くないよ。
なんだよ。じゃあレナが勝ったらどうするよ。
Finally, Rena smiled happily again. The breeze dried our sweat. It was a good feeling. We no longer went crazy, even with the moon out. We could finally enjoy the coolness of the evening. It would be so nice if we could just lie down on our backs and gaze at the moon. Still smiling a little, Rena spoke.
私も
なんだ俺がメイドか。どぎついな。
別にメイドさんじゃなくていい。でも朝は私におはようって言って、夜は私におやすみって言ってほしい。いっぱい私に優しくしてほしい。いっぱい私を楽し。あれこれじゃ私が勝っても圭一君が勝っても 私たち
That's interesting.
一緒ではあるが待遇にえらい違いがあるけどな。
どうしてこんなにも大好きな圭一君と私はこんなことをしてるんだろう。
さーてな、どうして俺たちは何しに俺たちはここへ登ったんだっけ。
どうしてだったっけ、忘れちゃったよ。
I don't believe this for 1 second.
バカと煙は上へ登るってやつだろ。
I don't believe this for 1 second, dude.
じゃあ俺たちは
The reason
大バカだな。
the reason why we're not in Rena's head right now, and the reason why we're not like going through Rena's thoughts right now, is because she's definitely like I'm not winning this battle. I need to end it here because I'm tired, right? But then she like
仲間だね。
guarantee, dude. There's no way. There's no way.
仲間だな。
There's no way. She just knows how to be a good person because she's done it before. She's been around for a while.
じゃあせっかくの体が
そうだね。
Also, why does Keiichi remember the
体が冷
past?
めちゃわないうちに決着をつけよ
Readied our weapons and took our
う。
stances.
私やっぱりやめないってそう言おうと思った。
ダメだ。決着は必要なじゃないと終わらない。せっかくの俺とうやむやじゃダメなんだ。綺麗に終わらないとダメ。
こんなのおかしい。ひょっとしたらどっちが勝っても負けてもごほ。
その時も恨みっこはな。だから先に言っとく。
何？
楽しかったぜ。
私もだよ。
レナ、仮に俺たちのどちらかが死のうと
No way.
俺たちはだからまた会えたら。
Possibly. It could happen that way. Knowing this game though, it just doesn't feel right.
今度は普通に遊んで
That Rena's
普
just
通
like
に笑い合って普通に恋をしよう。絶対に互いを疑わない。互いを絶対に信じ合う。だから絶対に。
絶対だ。
I noticed I was about to break down
Ja.
too.
行くぜ。
No signal. But we stepped forward at the same time. Our shadows jumped in the moonlight. I feel like the hatchet wins this. Keiichi's too far forward for that hatchet not to just go right over the bat, but I guess the bat could go up and take out the hatchet, so it doesn't matter which way she goes. Now, no. Well, now that I'm looking at it, I don't know, the bat could win that. Because there's too much forward momentum that Rena has, so you could go for like a strike on the head, but then you might, I don't know. Everyone watching us, the shadows dance. As a result, I let go of it. Metal bat bounced on the roof, then rolled down to the schoolyard. I had lost my weapon. Here was Rena's chance. Of course, she wouldn't miss it. I was lying down, and there was no way for me to fight back. Rena's knees were holding down my arms, and there was no way for me to fight back. Sniper! That's when you snipe. If you're gonna snipe at all, you snipe now. This was the end.
やるな。腕が抜け。
ねえケイ、もう決着ついたんだよ。
おいおい、そいつを振り下ろすまではまだ
嫌だ。
うん？
嫌だよ。嫌だ。
Okay.
どうしてどこで変になっ。私はみんなを大好きでみんなを信じていたはずなのに。どうして圭一君にナタを振り上げているのか。どうして私はこんなにも大好きな仲間で。
お前、そうか。この世界で
自分で自分が信じられ。こんなにもあんなにも何の不満もなかったし何の不安もなかったのに。どうして。
レナ、お前はやっぱりすげえよ。
I still believe that someone else was at fault until, even after I was dead. Didn't notice I had sinned, how sad it was to kill my friends because of a little misunderstanding, even when they were trying to help me. I don't remember it as a little misunderstanding, though. It was almost... That's the problem, right? Between that story and this story. Is like, that story...
だからレナはすごいんだよ。仲間を一人も殺さなかったお前はさすがだよレナ、さすがだよ。俺とは違うんだ。
Anna stood up slowly and lowered her hatchet.
仲間を傷つけみーちゃんにひどいことをし
後で謝っとけ。俺的には当分の間姉妹の入れ替わりを見抜けてちょうどいい傷跡だと思ってるぞ。
それに
ん？誰も殺してないだろ。誰を殺したよ。
マミやリナと
あ
あの二人を殺すことは、でもあの二人を殺したということを、あの二人を殺すの
あ、正しいかどうかは知らんが最善手じゃなかったこと。
最善手って？
そんなこともわからないのかよ。
God ran his head and embraced her. And I told her something so simple. It was so simple that anyone could think of it. But Rena didn't do it. I didn't do it either back then.
何かやばかったり疑いそうになったり辛いことがあったりした時はな、仲間に相談するんだよ。
そうだよ、そうだよね。
I'm sure it was something that was within her grasp. How stupid was it to worry about it by herself? She had friends. She had friends with whom she trusted. Why didn't she think she could talk to her friends about
私
it?
が間違った。どうして話さなかったんだ。なんで私はみんなを信じて。
俺も勝つ。だから俺は笑わねえぞ。
Again, though. Again, but see, here's okay. I'll let this go. I'll let this go, and I just want to see
しかもレナは
what happens.
俺なんかより
I'm just
ずっ
curious.
と早く気づけたじゃねえか。
We'll trust each other. We'll never doubt our friends. We'll rely on each other. We'll talk to each other and help each other. That's why friends are always happy and why we can endure anything
じ
together.
ゃあレナ、幕の降りた舞台だけどさ、これで全部おしまいだぜ。まあまあ、俺の独り言だ。最後だけ付き合ってくれよ。
The moon was hanging behind us. When I nodded, she threw away her hatchet. It disappeared into the darkness below. Then I spoke to the audience in hell, the demons who weren't expecting this ending. I was proclaiming victory.
これで今宵はおしまいだぜ。俺たちは惨劇に打ち勝つ。もう俺たちは互いを疑う。だからいつまでも結束。だからどんな惨劇が訪れようとも悲劇など知るか。惨劇など悪魔どもが喜ぶ脚本が今後どれだけやってこよう。俺たちが全部ぶち壊してやるぜ。
Okay, so it's decided. This game is going to get completely meta to the point of even calling the writer a demon. Jesus Christ, it only took 3 episodes to finish. But man, did that take a while. I'm going to read all of this. The incident at the fire in Hinamizawa, date of the event, mid-J, 50th year of the Showa era. Location, Shishibone City, X-Chrome inside the forest. Okay. On June 25th, suspect Ren Ryugu broke into the forest in Hinamizawa. This is gonna get copyright striked. Even though I don't make any money from YouTube, I can still kind of see the copyright strikes. This is definitely gonna get copyright striked. She forced her way to the classroom of the local school, housed within the complex. She decided to take 25 people hostage. And held the hostage for over 7 hours. Situation remained a deadlock, but at 8:45, several hostages were in fled from the building at the same time. A special unit from Osaka's 2nd Department, seeing 24 hostages, were safely rescued. The remaining hostage fell to the roof. The brief pursued the suspect during close combat. 19 agreed to disarm and surrender, freeing the hostage. Casualties: all 4 minor injuries. 4 minor injuries. Sonosaki Mian during the night. Rika was captured. taken to safety. Minor injuries during the fight. Satoko captured. Minor injuries. Keiichi was captured in that day. Received minor injuries. In combat with the suspects. Regarding the arrest, Ren Ryugu, she disarmed and surrendered to the police around 9:10 and was subsequently arrested and taken into the Okinomiya police station and questioned. She admitted to the outline given above. There has been some dispute about the accountability of the suspect during the crime, but after subjecting her to a psychiatric examination, the prosecution determined that the suspect is fully accountable for her actions. The defense is in direct opposition to this and has submitted their own psychiatric examination report denying the suspect's accountability. The trial is currently in session. So she was right all along. The problem with this is that there's so many unanswered questions with this ending. That, oh, it's just fun and games and, you know, everything ended and it was all a conspiracy that Rena had made up in her head. Makes zero fucking sense if that's the case. Because there's a bunch of stuff. There's still a bunch of stuff that I don't understand. Which, I know there's more games. So I understand that that's a thing and they could just be looking to answer all of them then and there. But it's like, come on now. And it does make sense to me that was the thing that happened. Is there going to be an after school thing? The scenario jump mode has been unlocked. Why is that the noise for that? This game has a scenario jump mode. You may replay a scenario. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. The tips reading room. You read all the tips extra. Thank you. What the fuck? Staff room. Title menu and pick the staff room option. Demon script. Okay, before we leave, because this is technically the third episode, I'm gonna try to split them out like an hour each. I'm gonna read this tip here real quick, and then the last episode of this will read the. Actually, maybe we should do that all in one. Yeah, you know what? Let's wait. Let's wait to read the tip. Let's wait to read the tip. We'll read the tip and the extra, the whatever is going on. Yeah. So staff room, a few tips and stuff like that. So that way we can kind of complete both of those in one, because I know sometimes they will. Those are relatively short things. So. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a ride. We're going to do, like I said, one more episode where we read that last tip, and then we read the staff room. It just doesn't make sense to me. There's just a lot of stuff that I want explained before I do anything. It sounds like the game is willing to get super meta. And I don't know if it's being meta in the fact that it wants to be like, oh, haha, like the writers of this script like are terrible, blah blah blah, like self-deprecating thing. But part of me thinks that like maybe that's the actual thing. Maybe that's the twist, right? It's like there's actually a script, and that's why they can realize, that's why they understand that there's like different shit, and the writers of the script are terrible. And I bet you're eating popcorn. And I don't know if it's like trying to get meta, or if it's trying to joke at the fact that it is a game, but it's not actually a game or not. Which is interesting to me, because I never know whether to take the things that this game tells me seriously or not. I have no idea. But I gotta go ahead and end it, because I've been recording for almost 3 hours trying to finish this game. I am very lucky that I had recorded this at night, because I would not have been able to do this during the day. Yeah, sweet. I planned on recording Phoenix today too, but maybe I won't be able to. Who knows? Maybe I might do that too. It's just a lot of episodes that I'm gonna have to upload here soon. Oh my goodness, that was a long fight. They straight up fought on that roof for a good 30 minutes. I think that was like this whole episode that I'm gonna upload by itself. It was like it was 30 minutes of them like just fighting on the roof, which was cool because it was a callback to that first fight, which lasted a pretty long time too. And even that ended in a draw. Now, they're saying that she's accountable for her actions, and that the Sonozaki family is saying, like, hey, no, she was crazy, we're hiring a psychiatrist. That trial's still going on. But it leads me to believe that maybe she didn't go crazy, and like that's like actually what was happening, and it just makes even less sense why there were noises that Shion heard, why Rika-chan had a syringe. Now I kind of understand now a little bit why Rika has a syringe. And thinking about it now, right? So I'm gonna ramble for a little bit. Speaking of it now, if Rika-chan knew the outcome of all of these chapters, right, and like she's done this several million times before, she's like 100 years old because she's been, in this loop of lives trying to prevent her friends from dying, right? Like maybe she realized the problem and like she was like killing everybody that was the problem. But why does she have the drug that makes people like claw their own throats out? Like that doesn't make sense to me at all. And then on top of that, we have who is she speaking to, which I know. We have one more tip, and I believe they called it the Demon Script. So that's going to be interesting to read. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it right about here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode of this, the last episode of this. This next episode is going to be the last episode. Jesus. I thought we were close to ending, and here we are in the 3 episodes deep. Have a good one, guys. Bye.